Good morning, it's Yvonne here to do the water signs, and this will be for the lovely sign of Pisces. Pisces, firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It's definitely a pleasure to have you on board. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you in our little community. Just press the subscription button, and if you want reminders about when I'm going live or when I'm posting readings, just hit the bell. In terms of going live, I go live every Wednesday, but check the time because we're now in Australian Eastern Daylight Time. We have gone through that time of the year when we make the best of our days. So be looking out for that. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, make sure that you check out your natal chart. You Google your natal chart. All you need is your date of birth. Some people are under the impression that if you don't have your time, you can't get a chart, which is not true. There are certain aspects that may not be available to you if you don't have your time of birth, but your main chart is still available. It gives you a pretty round picture of who you are and give you other planets to watch when you're trying to get an understanding of what you need to understand, I guess. You can also get free reports. Cafe Astrology is a really good site. It's very well known, it's very popular, and certainly one that people recommend people go to. But try that out. If you find the reading does resonate with you, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and help me to grow the channel. A big thank you in advance for that. All right, we're going to use the Santa Muerta Tarot for your reading today. We'll see how we go. Let's have a look. Alrighty, so we're starting off here with the Six of Swords. It's Halloween, so I've got all Halloween decks out. So I know last time somebody said, I don't like that deck. And I was like, sometimes we don't like decks. Just remember they are a deck. Sometimes they may not feel so resonant with you. And it's one I've heard a few times, but it's Halloween. Six of Swords is a card that talks about moving away from something that is not serving you any longer. Sometimes it can be that fleeing in the middle of the night. Sometimes it can be just packing up your things and just moving out. But sometimes this is a metaphorical moving away from something. Something that may have caused you a bit of pain or distress. But what the Six of Swords tells us is that there were lessons learned in this time. There were things we've got in the boat with us that we have learned from this time. But you're certainly moving into better times when you see the Six of Swords and you're leaving behind some sort of pain. The High Priestess tells me here that you are learning to trust what is not known to you. This is about letting go of that control and just understanding that the universe is moving you in a new direction. The High Priestess talks about her intuition. She talks about those things that are unknown to us, but for some reason this morning she's coming up very much with this energy of you need to let go of control. And perhaps you've been used to steering your boat in the direction you want it to go in, but are you learning that actually you have very little control over your universe, very little control. And when you're trying to control it, you stymie or you hold back those things that are coming for you. We do this often. We do this often because we feel like we want something, we want to go somewhere, we steer ourselves through. And the things we can steer, we can take absolute control of. Like you could choose, for example, what subject you wanted to do, but actually it's not up to you which university is going to accept you. It could be that you want to work in the career that you love, but yet you can't get a job in that area and you may be being steered to a new area. So there are some things like getting up, brushing your teeth, getting ready for work, going to the toilet that you have control. I don't even know if you have control over the toilet thing really. But there are other things you do not have control over. And the High Priestess is telling me here that you are being moved away from a past situation because the universe is moving you towards something different and you now have to trust where you are going. All right, so we have the Six of Cups coming through too. Actually, it's not the six, it's the nine. The Nine of Cups, which is a wish card. It doesn't look very wishy really, does it? Like a wish card usually is quite sort of out there, pretty beautiful. But it's interesting that I saw the Six of Cups too, because maybe you're moving away from some sort of past energy with that High Priestess here. The Nine of Cups talks about a wish coming true. It talks about things being returned to you, especially after you've completed some sort of karmic cycle. And because I'm seeing the Six, I'm feeling here that you may be completing some sort of karmic cycle from your childhood, some sort of limitation you've had here, because you're closing out that cycle with the World card. Well, this is really interesting. And we have here the Two of Wands. You're taking a brand new path here. Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands. I just saw that in another reading. If you've got Scorpio in your chart, you might want to watch the Scorpio reading, because we do have the Ace of Wands coming through, which are all repeating cards from the Scorpio reading. Okay, so what I see here is you closing out a cycle. You're leaving behind something from your past here and you're moving forward. This may not necessarily be something solid. It may not necessarily be a situation. It may be just a way that you've been doing things up until now. And for me, there's a strong flavor here of trying to control your world, trying to make things happen because you want to make them happen. And the universe is really working with you here to help you to understand that you cannot control every aspect of your life. It just doesn't work that way. So when you're sitting at home and imagining 1,000 different scenarios, most likely none of them will come the way you want them to. The universe will have a completely different way of doing things. So what you're being asked to do here is to trust your intuition, trust your inner knowing, move away from those things that you try to control or those things that you try to bring around the answer or the ending the way you want it to be. If you start to let those things go, things are going to evolve for you in the best way possible. It's about not controlling. I've realized this so much. Like, I am a person who works on myself constantly. I constantly look at what I do, how I can do things better. It's just part of who I am. But even I sometimes are sort of held back and think, wow, there's me trying to control an outcome. Because I'm starting to think about, what do I want from this? And instead of just visualizing what I want, I start to think about, how is that going to turn out? But I can't predict that. I'm not in charge of the world. So when I can't do things like we haven't been able to at the moment, we've been in lockdown, we've just come out. What starts to happen is we start to envisage the way we want things to unravel. You know, it may be something, you know, that we want to have in our lives, like, for example, business. I can't do the things that I would normally do. And the universe, in having this lockdown, having this virus, has really taught me that not everything we want is going to be available to us when we want it. Big energy release in terms of control. All right, so I have an offer coming through to you here with the Page of Cups. Now, I love this card. There is a beautiful offer coming in. This is a message. So it could be somebody asking you out on a date. It could be somebody offering you a job. It could be somebody offering you an opportunity here to move into a new direction, possibilities, whatever it is. But definitely something is on offer. All right, look at this. Oh, beautiful. 10 of Cups coming through. Something is really beautiful here with the 8 of Swords. I'm getting a lot of repeat cards with the readings today. And there is the 6 of Cups. That is the 6 of Cups, which I felt earlier too. Okay. There is something that needs completing from your past here. And you're being given an opportunity here to let go of something of your past to bring in this 10 of Cups energy. Whatever it is here with this 6 of Cups is freeing you up from some sort of mental confusion, mental stuckness. Maybe you've been in this 8 of Swords energy because you've been stuck in a way of thinking or doing which is no longer serving you. Maybe some form of lack. I don't know, but it's bringing you in the 10 of Cups here. All right, let's just dig in a bit further. Knight of Cups coming through here with the Devil energy. I've been feeling this energy through all the readings. It's like being released from something. We have the Empress with the Devil here. Libra, Capricorn energy coming through very, very strongly here. There is some sort of offer here that is going to free you up from something here because you're moving from this bondage into the Empress energy. So you're releasing something here with this Devil energy in order to move yourself into the Empress energy. Something that's kept you trapped with this Eight of Swords, something from your past here, that's leading to some huge transformation within you because of some sort of offer you're getting here. All right, so we have the Three of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Or is that the Six of Swords? That's the Six of Swords, which I just said again. That's the Nine of Swords here. So it's interesting because I called it the Six of Swords, but actually it's the Nine of Swords, which is really, really interesting because they're both coming hand in hand here. There is a moving away from anxiety and pain and control towards something here which is going to put you into your truth or place you where you needed to be. There's some sort of energy being released here from the past. I almost see a balloon being deflated. The Devil energy tells me that something has been holding you in place, and whatever this is, it's been holding you back from being the person you were meant to be. The Knight of Swords here tells me there is somebody coming in here with either a love offer or a truth for you that is going to move you in a completely new direction with this Three of Wands, Six of Swords energy. So let me just go back and redo this. All right, so that's the Nine of Swords. So there's some sort of anxiety here that you're letting go of. I still feel this High Priestess is telling you that you are moving away from control. And it may be different for each one of you. This limitation may not be for all of you about control. It could be about a lack mentality. It could be about a victim mentality. But something is being cleared from your energy here. I have the Nine of Cups, so some sort of wishes coming true as a result of this, because you're closing out a cycle here. Now we have here the Two of Wands, which tells me a new pathway is opening up for you, but there's some sort of decision to be made here regarding your balance, because the Ace of Wands is here, which means that you're taking some sort of new opportunity, but this time you're doing it in a very different way. You've just learned to work around something here. It's like you've done something a certain way for a really long time and now you're realizing that you can do it differently. I feel like for some of you it may be like instead of walking away from things that you're learning to sort through them, or you're learning to work through the energies rather than fighting against them. Something to do with control. Now what I see here is some sort of offer coming in, and it looks like a love offer to me. Page of Pentacles here. So it's definitely something that's being rewarded to you or given to you by the universe. And there seems to be you stepping into this beautiful version of yourself here. Something from your past has kept you entrapped or ensnared in some sort of energy, and you're being released here for your Ten of Cups. But this is allowing you to move down a new path because you've let go of this bondage that's been holding you back. And is this bondage? It could have been codependency, for example. It could have been addiction. Maybe for some of you with this Six of Cups, you've let go of an addictive pattern that you've carried with you from childhood. Whatever this is, you're working through it. It's beautiful. You're becoming the Empress here. You're starting to feel comfortable with who you are. You don't care about what people think. It's funny, that one, caring about what people think, is a really big one. So we hear that very often. But it's like you restrict yourself. So you go, oh, I can't do that. I can't apologize for that because it's not my fault. When in reality, you can apologize for it, whether it's your fault or not. But the restriction there is somebody has told you you can't apologize for something if it's not your fault. So there's a restriction being lifted from you here. Something that has taken you the way you've been going for a really long time. But now it's sort of releasing you from that pattern. Okay, so I see here that all pentacles. So I feel like for some of you this has to do with maybe your finances or the way you grow your finances. You are manifesting something here beautifully. You are manifesting something here. So I have the 3 and the 5 of Pentacles here. So I'm feeling like it could have something to do with work. Because you're in Queen of Pentacles energy. And the Queen of Pentacles, although she's focused on her money, has a beautiful outlook to life. She keeps everything in balance. But with the 7 of Pentacles here, I'm feeling like you've grown something or manifested something here. And it could be in regards to money or work. Maybe you've had some sort of lack mentality in regards to your money. But whatever it is here, you're lifting that mentality. You're allowing it to go, and it's growing you into the Ten of Cups and the Empress. So whatever it is you're letting go of is allowing you to become the person you are meant to be. For some of you, this could be a love offer. For others of you, it could be a brand new beginning, because there's definitely somebody taking action towards you here. But somehow or another, you're doing it very differently this time with the Empress energy. You're not letting things hold you back. The rules aren't there for you anymore. But I'm not talking about the rules as in, you know, you have to be home at 7 p.m. These are rules that you've imagined in your own head. I can't do this because of that. I can't behave this way because of that. What will people think? All of those things are going. You're just doing what's right for you. Very, very beautiful energy. All right, I'm going to pull you an oracle card from the Le Vampire deck. It goes beautifully over the Center Muerta deck. Oh, okay. I have 2 come out here, and they very defiantly come out, so I guess Spirit has other ideas. All right, the first card I'm going to read is Love Conquers All, which is card 24. So let's have a quick look at why that's come out. Because as I said, some of you this is about work, and some of you it's about love. This is enduring loyalty, eternal love, and lasting commitment. Some love endures only until a change comes to visit. And then that love, that connection, the friendship can dissolve. Some friendships and connections are strong and healthy. And sometimes it's because it will end because one partner shifts alliance to another. But in the heart of the creatures, these faithful ones, we see love and commitment that truly is enduring. So I feel like here, this is something, a new love out of the old love has been created. This holds true for you reading this now, for there is a love that endures beyond distance, change, and radical shifts in energy and circumstances. There are those who are faithful and to whom you've given your bond to. There is a love and faithfulness that endures even beyond lifetimes. This is yours. Observe this miracle of everlasting trust and love. Be grateful and give thanks. So for some of you here, this is about new love coming in. But it's because you've let go of some old way of thinking here. For others of you, this is coming in a little bit differently. Because this is listen to advice, think clearly, and intellect. And it's the card of reason. Again, the number 6. So we're getting a lot of 6s through today, which talk about change. 15. I went to card 6 then. All very interesting how spirit works. There's an obstructive force around you at present, one that will not allow you to pass until you strictly meet all criteria. This force, in the first form of a person or institution or corporation, requires you to do everything that's required to pass through the gates. So this is about having some sort of obstruction, something in your way, which I guess is what you're clearing here. I feel like here that there is something that is standing in your way from having what you want. But you're thinking it's something external, but it isn't. It's something within you. It says here, your mind is powerful and will be used for your soul's highest purpose. Accept excellent advice and see the results this can bring. But what I'm feeling here is that something has been installed in you, in some sort of psyche, some sort of energy from your past here, where something's been installed in you that is actually stopping you from having what you want. But I feel like somehow or another this is clearing for you. There's a lot of cards here that say it's clearing. But for some of you, this may be about bringing in old love, bringing in love, or bringing something in that you've been wanting but didn't think you could have. Because there is definitely this feeling of moving towards the future. That Six of Cups tells me it's something that's been holding you back from having this, but it's in your own psyche. All right, I will leave you with that. Thanks, Pisces.